So, yeah, Sophie Cunningham obviously is probably one of the bigger names in free agency. And I'm going to be honest, the odds of her re signing with the Indiana Fever are very high. The odds of her taking a pay cut to sign with the Indiana Fever are relatively high. And the reason that I'm saying this, for people being like, oh, there's no, like, she might not take a pay cut. I'm like, there's a reason why I'm saying she probably will. And it is basically just that Sophie Cunningham has so many endorsement deals that she wouldn't have otherwise. And now we're seeing Sophie Cunningham. Obviously, Sophie Cunningham has gone and she has basically gone and got herself a job working WNBA games, not just NBA games, working WNBA games. But now we are seeing Sophie Cunningham obviously in something that is going to be fairly viral. We've got Sophie Cunningham in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, where, to be honest, like, it is one of those things where, well, yeah, duh. Like, obviously, this is not something that Sophie Cunningham has been in the league for, what, 8 years? She's been in the league since 2019. And realistically, this is the first time like she's been in this position. Because you're like, and look, she's not the best player in the world. She's not even, like, in terms of Hailey Van Lith last year, like a super relevant collegiate athlete who's been seen as a super, like, high level athlete even in their youth. But yeah, when it comes to Sophie Cunningham, the odds of her staying with the Fever are very high. Like, there's probably good money going into this, or at least a decent amount of publicity. And, like, Sophie Cunningham is one of the very few players that I think could probably be in the super, like, high earners off the court. Because, look, there's a lot of players. I don't think we're going to be seeing Sophie Cunningham, Kelsey Mitchell making the millions off the court, which Sophie Cunningham probably can make. I think Lexi Hull's going to stay with Indiana. The reason why I think Lexi Hull's going to stay with Indiana, as much as anything, is she is releasing a makeup brand. She is releasing that brand, which very well could be worth more than anything. It could be worth more than anything WNBA related. And you've then got you've got that. You've got that brand there, and, like, these players are smart. They understand that, yeah, okay, I could make 1.5 million in a year or two, and I could earn way more than that off the floor. They could earn way more than that off the floor. And I'm going to be honest here. Like, Sophie is as clued in as any player in the WNBA. Like, she's absolutely, completely clued in, knows how to make her money. She's as self-aware as it gets, and she knows she's not a max contract WNBA player. She knows that while the fans are not there to see her, while they're not going to show up to see her, it does help her make a little bit of money that she's having fans there no matter what. Like, she's not the A side. When it comes to the Fever, it doesn't even matter. Even if she went to an expansion franchise, she's never the A side. But with everything else, it helps being a member of those teams. Like, even to a lesser extent, the NBA. Everybody that's a member of the 2008 Boston Celtics, everyone that's a member of the 08 Celtics has benefited from being on that team. Everyone who's a member, if you are a elite role player for a LeBron James-led team, you are going to make a lot of money off the court, or even sometimes on the court. But at the same time, like, there's not much role player money in the WNBA. There's really not. Based on everything we've seen, there is not a lot of role player money in the WNBA. So maybe Sophie's, like, turning down $200,000-300,000 a year to stay in Indiana, which makes sense. And she's not dumb enough to not turn that down. Like, she is making probably more than that on her WNBA, on the media she's doing for that. She's probably making a decent chunk to do the podcast because she's with I think she's with Colin Cowards group. She's making a little bit for that. She's making a lot in sponsorship. She's making money here. Like, at the end of the day, like, you've got a player in Sophie Cunningham that knows how to make money. And based on everything that we've seen, there is not a lot of role player money in the W. I do think that she might have been protected by an expansion franchise or taken by an expansion franchise and then cored. Like, she's not that much worse than Bridget Carlton. However, that's probably the only way she was getting big money, because any of the non-expansion teams don't have that high level money to pay her. And by the looks of things, the likes of Satu, Jackie Young are going to be available for expansion teams or former expansion teams. So the third stars, they're not going to be getting Sophie Cunningham now because the third stars are now becoming available. It's the third stars that are becoming available to teams. And it's that is a huge thing. That is a huge thing overall to to these teams that maybe they did take Bridget Carlton and stuff immediately in the expansion draft. And I'd say maybe I'd say a lot of teams protected their third star who are now going to walk. I think a lot of teams did a 2025 Aces. If you guys don't know what that is, it is protecting Tiffany Hayes and losing a really good rookie contract player in Kate Martin, only for Tiffany Hayes to walk in free agency anyway and go to the exact team that they tried to protect her from. So I do think in general that is one of those things where it can make a difference. It really can make a difference with some of these free agents. But I don't see anyone having more than $750K for Sophie Cunningham. And I think the Fever absolutely could pay her $500K. I think she'll take... I don't think Sophie Cunningham would turn down the core designated Supermax. I don't think she would have turned down 1.4 million, which she might have gotten. But I do think she would have turned down or she could turn down a 500, a 750K deal to go back to the Fever for 500K, which is probably why the Indiana Fever did in fact protect her, because I think that's very likely. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. What do you guys think? I think with all the outside stuff, especially in the last week, we've seen from Sophie Cunningham, with all the outside stuff we've seen in the last week, I just don't see how realistically they that she leaves at this stage. I just don't see how. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys.